Welcome to the DataPoint Vegetation Data Export and Transfer to Desktop via Cable or Wireless Utility video. In this video, we'll show you how to export the data, get it into your computer, and then bring it into an Excel spreadsheet. So on your left, we have a typical Android device opened up in DataPoint. And on the right, we have the Excel spreadsheet. So that's what we want to do, get it from one device to the other. So to begin with, we need to export our data. So open up your menu, go to Project, and I've already got a lot of data in here. And you can export to either internal memory on your device or external SD. And let's start with that. We're going to export the current project, not just the area. And note it gives you the path. And on newer Android devices, that path is fixed. So you have to remember this, Android data COM-ESP data point, and the file name will be data1. So we hit save. The file already exists there because I've put it there before. Hit yes. And it exports the 58 records. And each record is actually each species item in your data set, not a total number of 58 samples. So it's how many species items have been entered. Click OK. So now we need to get it from your device to the desktop. And there's two ways to do that. One is using a cord, and the other one is wirelessly. So we'll start with the simpler of those. When you connect your device with a cord and you open up Windows Explorer, you'll find this additional item listed. It's this .com in my case, but it could be something else in yours. And the card stands for the external SD card, and tablet stands for the internal memory. So we're going to open up the external memory, go to the Android subfolder, go to the data subfolder, and we find that COM-ESP data point, and there we find our data. So let's copy these and see that there's two files. This one has the vegetation data and this one has the site data. So you want to copy both files. So select them, copy, and then what we're going to do is bring those into a data reservoir that I've got here and paste. So they're at this AA data import folder. So we're going to close that down, and now we're going to open that vegetation data file in Excel. So we go to File, we go to Open, we open up the C drive, get into our data reservoir, and we're going to need CSV files, and we pick Data1. So what we have is our raw data and column headers for the field name. So let's expand this a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. And now what we want to do, I'm going to produce a separate video on how to quickly turn this into a structured table, and I'll do that at the end of this video. But now I want to show you how to do it, how to import wirelessly. And there is a method using Internet Explorer, and it uses a wireless connection. So if your device is connected to your network, you can use something called Wi-Fi file transfer, and I can show you on the device how to get there. Let's go to the let's go to the other items on here. So we go to Wi-Fi file transfer, and that would be right here, Wi-Fi file transfer. And you open up your browser on your computer and enter this information. So I've already pre-entered that information. Takes a while to connect, I guess. So now we're connected, and you can get to your external SD card here as well. Typically, you know, sometimes, oops, got to go to internal storage. Try to find the external SD. maybe I'm not finding it here. Let's go up. There it is. Sorry about that. And then we're going to go into Android, Data, come down to this DataPoint com, and once again we found our two files, and then we can download those. And you can download them as individual files, do a save as, and I'm going to bring it back into, let's see, we have this data import, and you can see I've already got them here, but I'd be able to save these one by one. They'd ask us to overwrite. We can say OK. Then you come down and do your second file, and you just say save and OK. So there's a wireless and a corded way to achieve that. So let's get back, and I will quickly show you how to produce a pivot table, but there's another video that'll give it to you a little bit slower and in more detail. So what we're going to do is say insert pivot table. It's selected all the data already. We go OK. What we're going to do is come with values and make sure it's, see, it's count to values. We need to make sure it's sum of values. So I change that. And in the columns we're going to have stand. We're going to have first and second hits. And then in the row labels we're going to have growth form numeric value, so it gets sorted that a certain way. There's the text version of the growth form, scientific name, common name, and then to get the things lined up a little bit better, I hit that, and we want to remove subtotals for each species. And now what I want to do is have the growth form at the bottom instead of the top summarized, so I uncheck that, and this will all be explained in a separate video a lot better. So already what you have is you've got your stands sorted to the right, and we can get rid of this subtotal that we don't need here. So here's your stands. We've got false and true, and I'd rather have those in a different order, so I'm going to reverse those. So we've got true, false. So stand 1, first hit, second hit. Stand 2, first hit, second hit. Separate stand, first hit, second hit, and then a shrub density. I just threw that in to show you that you can put in different things. So what you have here is a table sorted by growth form with associated species sorted alphabetically and all their data with a scientific name and common name, and then a summary by growth form. And then on a separate video you can see how to format that in a lot of other different ways. So that's about it for the data export and transfer, and a quick look at forming a pivot table. And you can find a separate video on more detail on the pivot table. So thank you very much.